the 31st of January 1941, and war between the Comintern, the Axis, and the Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere seems pretty inevitable, because that is a lot of Soviet troops that we're facing off against here. So along the border in Mongolia, we don't have an awful lot of intelligence, but along the border in Mongolia and along the border in our eastern provinces and all the way up to here, we're facing off against a fair amount of Soviet divisions. Now, if we are going to take a look at the Soviets and see what we know about them intelligence-wise, we don't have an awful lot of army intelligence, but we know that they have somewhere between 150 and 300 divisions. That's a lot of divisions. I'm gonna have to check how many we have, but I don't think it's that many. Let's see how much we have. Well, we have 230, so it's not that bad. Still, there are tanks out there, but I think together with the Germans, the Soviet Union is not going to stand a chance, and the Comintern is going to fall. We're probably still going to go defensive at first. We obviously have supply issues, and one reason is that these supply hubs are not yet done. So once that's actually constructed, this should resolve itself. We still have slight issues in the north here, and I think we actually need to... We actually made a mistake here, because that front line needs to be shortened a little bit. Yeah, up to here. Because this, and the same with this line here, this line needs to be shortened up to there. Okay, so and then this defensive line here is going to hold along the river line, just because we have zero supply up north here. So there's not necessarily an area I want to fight. Once the supply hub is done, this will be resolved. And the situation is not great here, but we've got another supply hub under construction here, which should sort this out pretty nicely. This doesn't look too great. So I think we're going to change the front lines here as well for the Third Army, and we're actually going to we're not going to maintain this salient here. Can I change the front lines here? Yeah, come on. Okay, I want that front line only to be up to here, and we're going to change that front line up to there, and then we will take these two divisions, that should be sufficient, and get them onto a fallback line here, and that should, that's 1 and 2. Actually, they don't even know. Let's change that. It doesn't need to go there. It can go, okay, let's remove that fallback line. Hang on 1 second. Let's get that cleaned up. No, I want that removed. One game. Delete that line, yes, and then get me another fallback line here. Yeah, that's the better one. Okay, so these two divisions are going to be on that fallback line, holding these two provinces, and the rest is covered by the regulars. That should sort out the supply issues we have over here. This will be resolved. These troops are on fallback, so they have their own lines here. Do they actually? And we've just moved, I think, one division into... I think we've moved one division into an army where it didn't belong. So who's missing one? I think we moved some divisions out of the... okay, let's get these two divisions actually... okay, hang on. These two divisions, I put them in the wrong army. They belong into the 6th Army, which means that this line here is a 6th Army. Oh, no. Not where I'm going. This line there is going to be a 6th Army line. So 6th Army, fallback line between these two provinces, and these two divisions go on that line. Okay, now everything is in order. Except, yeah, supply issues up north are going to sort themselves out. We don't have anybody here on the lines, which is a bit unfortunate. I think, yeah, we've still got some divisions here where they were not supposed to be. This is all 5th Army territory, right? I thought I created a fallback line here. Okay, let's change this. So this front line here is going to get a lot shortened and is going to just go up to there, I guess. We do have to defend the supply hub here, but that should not be an issue. And then we're going to create a 5th Army fallback line along this line here. Okay, so that takes care. Actually, we're going to have to include these provinces so they don't push through. All right. And then we can get, we've got 14 divisions from the 5th Army on that line. That may be too many. Let's see how many we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can probably take like 1, 2, 3 divisions and move them over there. So now we've got 11 divisions on the fallback line. And we can get some more units up here and strengthen this position in the north. So that should be okay. And I think then we have reasonable lines. Yes, we do have reasonable lines. What am I doing with... Yes, I've got some units stationed here because there was a naval invasion happening at some point, but it doesn't seem to happen now. So we've just got some parts of the 2nd Army holding in reserve here. These are all 3rd Army troops, actually. It would almost make more sense to send them back there and get the 2nd Army to hold this area, because right now it's a little confused here. So how about we take these units and assign them to the 2nd Army, and then in return we take... who did I just move? Yeah, then we take these divisions here and assign them to the 3rd Army. That's one too many. So I've got 1 division too many here, which means that we're going to pull this here, this division off still into the 2nd Army, and then we're good. Okay, so looks perfect, right? Okay, so this is now. Then we just need to clean up the front lines. So this is no longer a 3rd Army front line. This is going to be a 2nd Army front line, and we're going to assign all these divisions to that line. Okay. So we've got 7 divisions from the 2nd Army assigned to this front line. Where's the rest of them? We've got a bunch more here. Do we still have any? Oh yeah, we've still got a bunch of 2nd Army divisions down south here. We probably don't need them. Let's get that order cleaned up as well. Sorry, this is all a little. This all needs a little cleaning up. So I think I have assigned, yes, so we've got assigned port defenses here. So we can, we've still got 2nd Army troops. We will probably, do we need the full 2nd Army in the Mediterranean? I am not sure if Turkey is going to join the fray, but I think I will actually, if it happens, take over Turkey. So maybe we will get these units and already position them on a front line here. And then we'll just need to assign them. So that's these 8 units can go on the front line here. And they will be positioned against Ankara, just in case we need that. And then we'll have the other 2nd Army troops. I mean, the British are dying here. The Italians are squeezing them out. Honestly, I think at this point, we may actually as well start capturing more parts of Egypt, I guess. Although this is a good defensive line here, and I don't necessarily want to have more territory that I have to control here. For now, we'll let Italy have it, because I think the Italians are about to take over most of Africa. That's okay. I'm going to let the Italians have it here. I have a port. I have ports in the Mediterranean, so this is fair enough. So this is just the line that we leave there. Okay. and then this line here needs to be deleted. So this is going to become just an extension. So we're going to change the Third Army's front line all the way over here, and then we're going to get all these divisions here assigned to this front line, and that leaves us with an offensive line that we will probably just draw up north here, so they can push if it comes to that in that direction. But I think we will be probably holding for the beginning, and I have no idea how well this is going to work, because my divisions currently are very infantry heavy. They do have some support artillery, but it's not an awful lot. How's our stockpiles? We do have still some stocks of artillery, so especially the units that are going to... Okay, he's not assigned to any front line, so this division can still go onto the Turkey front line. Okay, so that's something they can do. We do have the slightly more powerful template here, but I am thinking of creating a different division template that allows us for a little bit more aggression. Now the thing is, we don't have tanks. Tanks are generally pretty good at these sort of things, but in the absence of tanks, we may be able to change this kind of template here a little bit, and get them a bit more firepower. So it would be similar to this. I am thinking maybe, well, this is a 25 width, so we'll be fighting, especially if we're fighting in mountains. 25 combat width is a relatively good size, so maybe we'll just convert a couple more, especially of the units that are going to be fighting in mountainous regions, into the 25 width template, just to give us a bit more pushing power. We could also use, I mean, we are good on fuel at this point. We are getting enough income on fuel that we could operate some more motorized divisions, honestly. How many trucks do we have? Where are my trucks? Support equipment trucks. 400 trucks left. It's not an awful lot. Yeah, ideally I'd have some mechanized division, but I think for now I'm just going to make do with the more mountain-oriented divisions. Especially let's have a quick review of our armies. So first army looks pretty good in terms of mixed, so does the second army. The third army is lacking, and since the third army is mostly going to be fighting in this territory, we are going to change some of their divisions here. So let's see if we can change all these divisions into that. That needs 250 artillery, and that is enough. We have enough artillery, so let's get that sorted. Okay, nice. The fifth army has a similar problem, but we are running low on artillery now. So and they're not necessarily fighting in mountainous terrain. This is more all just forest and plains here. So I think they're going to be good. But yeah, most of my divisions are defensive oriented, and they have been sufficient so far against the weaker enemies that we've been fighting. But when push comes to shove against more powerful units, they might be a bit lacking. So we will have to do something about that. And I think one of the things that we will have to do, unfortunately, is we will get some research coming off here relatively soon. We do have air power, but I am thinking that we may need to invest a little bit into tanks, and we do have for that we would need a tank designer as well, but we are a little bit behind here in this research, but we should have the resources and the industry power to start building them. And we also need to get some anti-tank, because this also actually gets us some tank cannons. So this is something we need to research anyway. And we have industry research that is that desperately needs to happen. So because we're now in 1941, so there's a lot of stuff that we need to do. And yes, we also need to probably eventually have half trucks and all kinds of useful things that we still need to research, and we still need to catch up with the Navy. So yeah, lots of things to do. At least in engineering-wise, we are relatively good. We haven't started the Japanese atomic research yet because it takes forever, and honestly, I don't necessarily see the point. I mean, maybe we'll do it one day, but for now, there's a lot of time that we could sink into this, and rocketry. That's something we may need at some point, but these are pretty heavy research projects that we don't necessarily need at this point, because the enemy is still doing, we're still holding up pretty well against the enemy. The other thing that we need to review is that bit here, the home fleet. So Yamamoto does not have a range to hit the home fleet in the West Indian Ocean. What we could do is we could see if we can find a bait. We can find some bait again. Do we have a couple of, do we have something that we could repurpose for that? Not necessarily. I mean, I could get carrier group. I don't want to get carrier group 1 out. What we could do though is we could try and take this port in the Maldives here, and that should give carrier group 1 the range to hit the British home fleet. So for that, we are going to need some divisions of the 4th Army. So do we have some naval divisions that we're currently not using that we can spare? Where's your naval infantry? Where are your special forces? Well, who's closest? Let me put it that way. We do have 2 naval divisions here. I'm not sure why we have them here. I might have just forgotten about them. I think I've earmarked them for the Dutch East Indies invasion, but we have 4 naval divisions here, and I don't think there's that much defense. So we may be able to spare 2 of them. So let's get these 2 divisions. Where's a port? Where do we have a port here? There's an airport. Okay, let's move them to Makassar, and then move them to here. No, can I not? Come on. That should be possible because that is a port. So can I then move them to another port, please, game? No, game does not allow me to. Okay, we'll move them to Makassar first, and then we'll see if we can get them moved over. So we move those over to Ceylon, and then we're planning a naval invasion of the Maldives. I don't know if the British have an awful lot here, but I should be all right. Okay, Air Force. My Air Force. I have been training fighters here because we have some opposition. We've got 900 enemy fighters up in the air. So that means we are still probably losing more fighters than they do, because we only have 600. And we are up against Hurricanes, Spitfires, and all kinds of things. So our Zeros are struggling against this British might here, fighting for air superiority. Although we have a higher mission efficiency than they do. And what we could probably have is a bit better air detection, honestly. So let's see if we can get a radar station up here on the quick. Yeah, let's get that should be sufficient to just cover the area. Maybe let's get a level 2 radar station up. So let's send that up to top. This shouldn't take too long to construct, and that should allow us to get a little bit more air detection. Can we get another fighter wing up? Yes, we can. So these are all operating. So we'll get another fighter wing up here and get that already training. And that's this one. And you train exercises. Okay, yeah. So we're in an air war with the British here, quite heavily. But this is also going to stop once the British have been defeated on the ground. So it's not going to be an awful lot longer. It's a good training exercise for our Air Force. But yeah, the British are about to lose their remaining colonies in Africa, and then it's really just the United Kingdom's home islands that are left over. Okay, how much longer is it going to take to construct these supply hubs? They're almost done, so this should sort itself out relatively soon. What else do we have to look at? Bulgaria wants to sign a non-aggression pact. Yeah, I'll take that for now. We do need some political power to up our conscription laws, because we have actually 244,000 troops in garrison. Can we do something about that? No, we already have all the available manpower in the garrison. How about you? Yeah. You do. You go and do the garrisoning. There's no need for Japanese troops to die dealing with local uprisings. We can get our subjects to do that for us. All right. The other thing, what else do we have to look at? I think that's probably all good for now. I don't know if these Soviet troops are going to move off once the Germans are starting some trouble there, but we will find out. Otherwise, we'll just hold against them for now. But we are training more troops for another army here, and yeah, we're going to need more artillery, and we're going to need tanks and everything. Do we have air? We are a little bit lackluster air in the. Well, we've got sufficient air here, I'd say. There's not an awful lot we have in Mongolia, but there's not an awful lot of airports around here either. Do we have an airport anywhere here where we could do something? This is probably the closest airport. This one is maybe the closest. Can we get an air wing of some old bombers? Do we have old bombers? Yes, we've got some old bombers that we can throw in here. These are just interwar bombers, but that's fine. It still makes almost for one tactical air wing, and we're just going to get these to train up. I'm not assuming that we're going to have an awful lot of opposition in the air here, but we'll find out. Okay, what else do we need to look at? How are my naval invasions going? I think yes. So we have invaded Nauru, so that order can go. And we have managed to invade, what is this here? The Gilbert Islands. So let's wipe out these British troops here. Get the remaining, get my remaining forces. Why is nobody defending this island? That should be under your command. Yes. Oh, because this is part of the Gilbert Islands. Okay, so these new areas have to be added. And we have also taken this island here, so that needs to be defended as well. Okay, so pull that off. All right, so let's move the remaining troops. We will leave one division here for now, just so they don't come around, but we move the remaining troops over here. And from here we can plan already another naval invasion from here to... let's start kicking these islands off here, because I really want these gone. So we'll do a naval invasion here. So that's 2 divisions, and these divisions are busy fighting right now, so that's all good. And we are going to also... This division is still stuck. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. But these divisions here... Okay, I've moved... Why have I moved? Where am I moving those? Why am I moving those over there? I cannot remember why I'm doing this. Maybe I was planning to do more naval invasions here. That is entirely possible. But we've still got some divisions here. So why don't we use these divisions and try to recapture this area? Because then we can pull a lot of the defensive forces off. Where are they currently stationed? Where's my port here? There's no port. That's an airport. Okay, so you move to Makassar as well, and then we can start shipping them off closer and start planning naval invasions. These troops aren't actually moving. Oh, it's only this one that's moving. I gotcha. Okay, so these troops, in that case, except for this one, so these two naval troops can, that's 2 Marines, can start a naval invasion. Okay, one of the problems is that we don't have a port here, which means we don't have any supply. Are there any ports in New Guinea? We're gonna have to hit that port. That is a relatively... Can we get naval invasion against their capital going? It might be easier to hit them from the north, honestly. Okay, so in that case, we're going to move these 3 divisions into our... We're going to use this as a springboard. And we are already going to... why am I having a naval invasion order here? I don't need that anymore. Okay. And we're already going to plan a naval invasion from here to Hollandia, which is their capital. It might be easier. Their capital might be defended, so it might be easier to take a port here and then just wrap them up from that. So this is also shorter. Let's take this port here. Okay, so let's get that planned, and then we can already move the old ships. Oh, they're already in naval invasion order. We can move them into port here, wherever they are currently, and then they can do naval invasion support. Okay, we've still got some British marauding here, but not an awful lot. Osawa does not have range to hit the French. He does have range to hit the French, so we can move him to Nauru, and then he should have better range here towards the south. This should be our closest port, and we can wipe out the remaining French units in the south. Okay, I think that's about it. Let's let it roll for now. Get everybody reorganized, and I just want to probably keep a little bit of an eye on this here. Yeah, so we are taking losses here in terms of, but we now have more fighters up in the air. So they are, as you can see, they are starting to take losses. Okay, Siamese has sending manpower. Perfect. So I should be getting probably some of my garrisons back. Yeah, we are inflicting losses now against the British. Even though we're still under strength, but our fighters are of better quality than the British fighters. So we'll see how this turns out. Missing equipment production. What are we missing? Naval bombers. Research finished. Oh yes, we were doing air research because we do have to catch up with the actual fighters if we want to push for the 1944 tech. That is actually not important right now, though. I think we're pretty good with air tech for now. I am actually. How many do we have on industry? We have nothing on industry. Yeah, that's a problem. We need to improve our industry. This is going to increase our output, so that's going to be number 1. So yeah, 1 slot needs to go into industry. I might have neglected that a little bit. And yeah, we do have a relatively hefty fight here going on in the air. Are the British actually still attacking us on land? No, it's a pure air war between us and the British. And I think yeah, even though we're under strength, we're sort of evenly matched. We are hurting, they are hurting, and my fighter wings get some training out of this. So this is all good. And troops are moving into position all over the place. Our agents, this is going to take another 20 days, and then we should have our operative rescued. So that's an important step as well to have made. Okay, we've got the cruisers in place. I want to see if Osawa is capable of doing something in the south here. So where is he? He is docked in Nauru. He is on strike force, and we've finished another research, the magnetic detonator. That I think, yeah, that made all our torpedoes better. How many do we have on? How many do we have on naval right now? We've got 2 on naval. I am sort of tempted to get. There's so many things that we need to get. We need to get the better naval invasion techs as well. Where are they? They were somewhere here, just so I can do more invasions. Yeah, the landing craft. This will vastly increase our naval invasion capability. But I am somewhat tempted at this point to start researching here first. let's get the anti-tanks done, because this is all necessary. And we still need a tank designer. We still need to up our conscription, although we did get our troops from the garrisons back, because we now get somebody else to do it, which is always a good way to do garrisoning. So probably conscription is what we're going to do first, then the tank designer, and then we can start researching some tank techs. Because we're going to need to start building those things as well. So we're going to need more military factories, especially that our navy is quite a little bit more powerful at the moment. So we are extremely imbalanced toward it's. We're navy dominated, which makes sense, but it also reduces our factory output. So one possibility I have, once everything is defeated on the sea, is I could take the favor army decision here, which would sort of balance that a little back again. So this would sort of balance that out a little bit. Doesn't have any other necessary impacts, and but we do have a lot of ships under construction that are under construction that are very necessary for our war efforts, because the Americans aren't sleeping. The American Navy is going to come back at some point. All right. What was I going to do? I was going to watch if Osawa was capable of doing something here and catching these French ships unawares. But yeah, so far no naval battles. This is just spotting. In that case, let's get back to the air war here. Yeah, we are losing planes, but the British are pulling fighters off, I believe. So we are doing some damage to the enemy bombers as well. But yeah, our losses are relatively high here against the British. Means we're going to need to improve our fighters at some point, I believe. Okay. I am going to... Okay, there's Naval Combat Bay of Bengal. This is all convoys. The Indian Ocean is where I'm kind of interested in. So let's have a quick look where our troops are moving. We need to get that port sorted out as well still. Okay, I'm gonna increase the speed a bit and just get these troops moving on target. This is all just convoy raiders. So let's get these troops moved to Makassar, and then we can Far Eastern Indian, West Indian Ocean. Yeah, this is all going to be this is all just convoys. Yeah, so unless it's the Western Indian Ocean, I don't really need to pay much attention to it. And I'm just going to try and get my troops moved. I just don't want to miss anything. So especially these two divisions here, I want them to move over to Ceylon. So where are they? Okay, let's get these over here. Yeah, these two divisions need to move. Okay, the German Reich declared war. That's unusual. I think it's usually the Italians that are doing this, but the Germans have declared war on Yugoslavia. It can't be all that much longer until we're going to see war with the Soviet Union. So let's see that we get our things sorted out here before that happens, and move these troops over here. Okay, there they are, and then we can get these units moved over to Ceylon. Yep. And then we can start an invasion from there, and the other troops are needed further up in the north. Okay, we do have some combat in the Mariana region. No, this is over here. This is just convoys that we're raiding. I'm not sure why they are still sending convoys through here, but I definitely want this naval invasion here to start. So let's get the additional troops assigned. Yeah, 3 divisions, 3 marine divisions can take this on. Once that is ready to go. And how is it looking over here? We have wiped out that British division. So, and yeah, we have all the marines down south. So this division can now, yeah, I think we can just use these 5 marine divisions is actually too much. Okay, these are different islands, so let's get these 2 moving over here. Let's get these 3 set up for a naval invasion from here to here. Okay, that's that underway. Can we execute this already? How far away is it? I don't know. Only one way to find out. Let's see if we can activate these orders here. Yes, we can. Okay, so these are already underway. Naval invasion is going. This one I just planned, so that's still happening. Can we... This one I just added the divisions as well, so that's not going to happen yet as well. And then I've got these 3 divisions here that I don't need here. So we've got an ace pilot. So hang on, let's... what are we going to do with these 3 divisions? I don't want to start invading the Australian mainland just yet. But what we can do is... once we have the port, we'll just send the 3 divisions over because they are currently sitting in port. The reason I don't want to invade Australia just yet is because, well, first of all, there's a lot of it. And I want to have the whole 4th Army ready to do that, except for the naval troops. I might need some additional divisions. Actually, the 4th Army is missing 2 divisions. So maybe I'll have to add 2 more regular ground divisions to assist with the whole thing here, with the whole situation. But yeah, I have a fair amount. I have some divisions stationed here along this. Actually, I don't have an awful lot of divisions stationed here along this fallback line. These are actually 6th Army divisions. Why are these 6th Army divisions? We're going to make these 4th Army divisions. That makes a lot more sense. Then we have to redo this invasion order, but that's okay. So let's get that. No, let's get that done from here to there. Okay. Alright, so we have some divisions here. But I also want to get maybe some intelligence going on Australia before we do this. Although I'm probably going to be distracted by the Soviets as this goes, so meh. What's going on here? Okay, some of our... Oh, that's because I've... that's because of the defensive order. Okay, hang on. Area defense. They're trying to recapture this area, so let's just remove that from the area defense and tell you to stop that nonsense. That is madness. But they are counterattacking right now. So what's the air situation here? They are still having a lot, but we're equal on planes now. So I don't know if our radar station has been constructed yet. Almost. Cairo radar station is almost up in the so we should have better. Let's wait until that's up, and then we'll have some better. We will check back in a minute, and we'll have better air detection. They do have planes over the Bismarck Sea. There are 100 enemy fighters over the Bismarck Sea, but that's okay. We've got our own fighters here, and once they just don't have range. But once we've invaded here, we should be able to. Do something about it. That naval invasion has just succeeded, so these troops can now... That means I can move Osawa. Where is Osawa now? He can... We now actually have a foothold in the Solomons, so we can move Osawa south, further south, and he's active in Eastern Micronesia and Solomons. And we can also add that to it. So Osawa moving south, and maybe we can catch that French force that is sitting around here somewhere. And where are we going to go next from here? We could start invading from this direction as well. But we do have an eastern chain here. I can leave the remaining troops to sort that out, honestly. Let's see if we can start that already. Yes, we can. Okay, good. So that invasion is going on, and can we start this invasion already? Yes. Okay. So these naval invasions are going on, which means we're going to be having some things on the ground, which means these can now plan from here. I think we're just going to wipe out the French ports, honestly, with these troops. Alternatively, we could We could take Guadalcanal. That's probably not a terrible idea. Let's take Guadalcanal with these troops. Okay, so 2 divisions on the go to Guadalcanal. And we have an Akatsuki who needs to train. Let's see, do we have anybody trained up? Yes, actually. We have an Nagano, an Akatsuki. These 2 can join Carrier Group 2. And we've got 2 Kaidais. Then we're just going to distribute these among the Indian Ocean Fleet, because they are still a little bit depleted from our earlier operations. We can have an air doctrine. A naval doctrine. What can we get? So we can either... We still have these routes, the convoy escort and the submarine operations. I mean, honestly, submarines are already pretty effective, so I'm almost feeling like I'm going to be down this route, because this reduces the carrier overcrowding penalty, so I might be able to fit more planes on my carriers, which would be a good thing. But yeah, we kind of need these. Do we need these? This makes my submarines better raiders. I mean, they are pretty good as they are. But we have taken some losses in terms of submarines once we actually fought enemies who had doing something against it. And we haven't done anything on convoy escort. So maybe we'll do one of the convoy escorts, and we can do the carriers next time. All right. So that's that doctrine out of the way. You don't get to join, and you don't get to join either. Okay, so our invasion of New Guinea as well as the Solomon Island chain is on the way, and that is good. We've still got some British operating out of this port here, and you're gonna need to have to do something. There's actually a fair amount of British in this port, but I'm still hoping that I can get Yamamoto active in the West Indian Ocean. Okay, the British divisions here. They've given up, I think. Okay, we've done some research. That was infantry tech, I believe. Yes, so we're up to date with infantry tech by now, so we can move off that one. We can improve our support companies a little bit. We've done the additional engineering. Alternatively, AA upgrade might not be bad, because we are also behind in AA tech. So let's get that going. And then that's done. We've got 3 dockyards. That's new. So all these ships are going to complete in 1942. So this is still going to take a while until we get these ships going. What are we still short on? We are building the Aganos with... can't put any more in that. I could start a parallel construction of the Aganos, because... that might actually... I need a couple more of these light cruisers, pretty much. They are quite nice. So let's get the Agano class. Let's get another one of the Agano class going, and we'll just take dockyards as they become available going into that. I'm still constructing dockyards. But I think I'm going to need some more military factories for ground operations as well, because my navy is, well, we've had some really good victories, to be honest. So my navy is in a pretty good shape. And we'll just keep an eye. What are we fighting here? Just troop convoys. Why are there American troop convoys going around here? I have no idea. This is also an island that we need to take, honestly. And once I have the naval troops over here, we can deal with this British possession here as well. So they're on the way. So this should all be not a huge problem soon. My bigger worry is what the Soviets are going to get themselves up to. How's our air going? Our air war going? Yeah, we're trading pretty equally with the British here. So definitely some losses on our side here that we need to replenish, but it's also good. It's also good training for our fighter wings. And once as they gain experience, they will become more effective. Once this fighter wing here is fully trained, then we can start throwing them in the mix as well. They have some older fighters, but that is okay. Come on, how far are they from? That's good enough, I believe. Okay, so you go into air superiority as well over the Egyptian field, which gives us 700 fighters in the air against 800 British fighters and 580 support planes. They are trying to attack, but we are well entrenched, and they're attacking across rivers. They have absolutely no chance of getting there. So. And yeah, the Italians are squeezing them from the rear, so I believe these British troops will be defeated in due course. They are trying to recapture Suez, obviously. Do we have? Yes. Okay. So we have the troops. Let's get rid of all these convoy raiders. We've got the 4th Army units here. So let's plan a naval invasion from Ceylon to the Maldives. Okay, and we should have the naval supremacy in the East Indian Ocean. Do we? In the West Indian Ocean. Yes, we do. So this should be sufficient, and then we can move Yamamoto in range of the British Home Fleet, which is what this is all about. There's still more British cruisers operating out in this area. We're gonna have to mop them up at some point, and. There are Americans on wake, so that may actually be something we need to deal with sooner rather than later. But so far no one's trying to do anything, so we will get them out of wake, but right now we're just finishing this up. Okay, so this invasion has succeeded, so we can delete that. And we can get... actually... What do we have here? Phoenix Island. I have no idea, but it needs to go. Yeah, we keep island hopping, so we'll get these 3. Can they just walk over there? No, we get a naval invasion going from here to here, and we get another invasion going from here to where else do we need to go? Here. Okay, and that is... Why am I only having 1 division on that? I thought I had 2 divisions. Can I add that? Oh, I'm out again. We have landed in Papua New Guinea, though, which is amazing. And do we have supply here? Why do we not have supply here? Are we not holding the port? I thought we were holding the port. That is a naval base, right? Okay, maybe I landed on the wrong side of the river. So just move across the river, please. And we're going to get one division to capture this other supply port here. And then we're going to assign some more divisions again on that front line, because this is now the invasion of Papua New Guinea that we've been sort of waiting for. Let's get these divisions assigned to that front line as well. Okay, now we've got 7 divisions assigned. Some of them still need to make their move there. I don't think I can kick this off, because actually I can probably. So let's just start this naval invasion as well, just to take that port from them, and that means they're just removed from any kind of opportunity they have to cause trouble here. Did we have some more troops up north? This division needs to be assigned here as well. They are already, so they're going to move. And these divisions here are island hopping. The French are in port, and the submarines are killing the convoys. So as long as they're not coming out, there's not an awful lot I can do other than just taking their ports away. What are you? Oh, Yamamoto has tried to chase the British, but he's at the edge of his range. I've got another Kaidai. He needs to train. Okay, Yamamoto is at the edge of his range, and they're just out of range of his strike force in here, whatever this is. What is this actually? In the West Indian Ocean. What am I looking at? This is oh, the Seychelles. Yes, right. Seychelles. That's what that is. Okay. Is this naval invasion ready? Yes, it is. So we're going to get these 2 divisions invading here, and then Yamamoto should have more range because we have another port, and then things should work as expected. The air war over Egypt is still happening, but while we're effectively just giving air support to the Italians right now, and it's some on-the-job training and a couple more ace pilots for our planes. So that invasion here. Why are they not moving? Okay, not sure. We've got another division here. You can go into that. But the more interesting question is, why is this division not moving? Do we need Yamamoto on? Do we need Yamamoto on invasion support? We have naval supremacy in this in the West Indian Ocean. It should be it should be enough. So do we have naval supremacy here? Yes, we do. I'm not sure why they are not moving, but maybe we'll just give them a little bit of time. No, they do not seem to be moving. Execute. 2 divisions. Okay, we'll have to check that. Meanwhile, small arms modernization has happened. That I think gave me a research bonus. This would give me yes, supremacy of technology. Alternatively, we can division. Oh. That's an interesting path here, because this is exclusive. So we can either get weapons and equipment research speed and armor research speed, which I'm very much behind. So that might be nice. Alternatively, we get division recover rate, attack and defense 10% up. That is amazing. But this would give me also armor research division. So supremacy of will is an amazing one by the looks of it. The problem, yeah, both lead to bicycle infantry, which is something I could do. I think this requires either, this requires one of the following, and this requires supremacy of technology. So, but this is just a single research bonus. These are just research bonuses. This is pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. The thing is, oh man. Division recovery rate, division attack and defense 10% up. That is pretty bad. That is pretty badass. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to forego the armor research speed, as much as I'm interested in this, and just go down this route here, because that is just too good to because this is going to affect all my divisions. Yeah, we're going down this route. Sorry, I was sorely tempted, but we're going down this route. I still don't know why these 2 divisions cannot move. Maybe we need Yamamoto on carrier group 1 on naval invasion support for now. Okay, let's do that. Ace pilot promoted. And these guys are still stuck. Why can they not? Okay. Hang on. Lots of things happening. West Indian Ocean, naval combat. Oh, okay. Hold the phone. I completely missed that. Yamamoto has better things to do, because Yamamoto is fighting the British, and I'm not sure how that came to pass actually. What did I miss here? Hang on. Let's have a quick look. So the British have actually come out to strike Yamamoto? I'm not sure. This is home fleet. 33 ships, 10 capitals. But they have okay. I'm a little bit late here. So let's have a quick look of what happened. So Yamamoto and the British Home Fleet have engaged each other. We are still fighting. We have sunk so far HMS Repulse, taken 2 by heavy gunfire. We've sunk HMS London, mostly by heavy guns and some naval strikes. We've sunk 25 destroyers, 3 light cruisers, mostly by torpedoes by the looks of it, actually. And unfortunately, HMS Hood has taken a critical hit, but has managed to disengage. These 2 have disengaged as well. HMS Exeter has disengaged, and HMS Glorious has disengaged without damage. So has HMS Furious. No, HMS Furious got a bit scratched by naval bombers, and the Courageous as well has taken a critical hit as well as some damage from the naval bombers. So let's see who else is trying to disengage. Nelson and Royal Oak, and see if we can still get these down. But they've got a lot of screens still, so I think they will make it out of there with most of their heavies intact. But yeah, that's just the Nelson. Nelson has taken a severe beating from the heavy guns of the Japanese. But the screening forces are going down. We've still got 7 light cruisers engaged. And I think Nelson, even though it's not the fastest ship out there, might actually make it out alive. She's down to 30% of her hull integrity. But I don't think the torpedoes are getting through. Yeah, Nelson has managed to disengage, heavily damaged, and we're just cleaning up the remaining ships here. So that has been a victory for the Japanese. We have taken some relatively heavy losses in the air, though. We've lost 15 Zeros. We've lost 21 torpedo bombers. The British have lost 38 Sea Gladiators and 38 naval bombers. They've lost 34 destroyers, 8 light cruisers. They've lost HMS London, and they've lost HMS Repulse. So I would say it has ended in our favor, and the British forces have been severely depleted. Sorry that I missed that. I don't know quite. I thought he was out of range. The British must have just moved. And I still don't know why my naval invasion isn't happening, but I suspect that some of the ships are pretty damaged. So we're gonna pull Yamamoto back to Ceylon for now. This was a, let's move him back to Ceylon. That was a successful operation, but we need to replenish the air wings, and we need to. The British have been beaten back pretty severely, and they are now operating out of range of Yamamoto, I believe. So we're going to get Carrier Group 1 to return to Ceylon for now for repairs. The British are in port for repairs as well, and we'll proceed as planned. We'll take the Maldives off them once I figure out what's wrong with these divisions, why they cannot move, and then we'll see if from there we should be in striking range, and we'll see if we can keep harassing the British Home Fleet and take out our last major naval enemy here in the Indian Ocean. But I'd say that's it for today. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.